All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're breaking down the actual true cost of your daily hydration habits, the hidden chemistry that might be lurking in your bottles right now, and exactly how to optimize every single sip you take.
But before we map out our journey, we've got to confront a pretty staggering number. 481.6 billion. That is the number of plastic bottles used worldwide in just a single year. And the absolute kicker here? Only 9% of those are actually recycled. We're literally drowning in a sea of single-use convenience.
So, to tackle this massive environmental and financial drain, we've structured our explainer into 5 key parts. First, the true cost of water. 2, going beyond BPA. 3, finding the perfect lid. 4, keeping your bottle clean. And 5, the future of office water.
Okay, part 1, the true cost of water. Looking at bottled versus tap economics. Let's take a hard look at the financial reality that's quietly hitting your wallet every single day.
It's honestly wild when you compare them side by side. There's a stark contrast between the pennies you spend on tap water and the exorbitant premium we pay for bottled convenience. We're talking about maybe a fraction of a cent per gallon from your kitchen tap, compared to an eye-watering equivalent of $8 a gallon when you buy individual bottles at the store.
Let's actually do the math on that for a second. If you have a daily habit of buying a single bottle at that $8 a gallon equivalent rate, you're essentially dropping roughly $1,460 a year on something you can literally get from your sink for under $2. It's an incredible habit tax that most of us just blindly accept. Which brings us to part 2, beyond BPA, decoding the chemistry of plastics. Because moving past our wallets, this builds into a really critical conversation about your health and the very materials holding your water. Now, you've probably heard the term endocrine disruptors tossed around. Basically, these are chemical compounds like bisphenol A, or BPA, that are found in certain plastics and epoxies. Because they have these hormone-mimicking properties that are remarkably similar to natural estrogen, they can actually leach right into your drinks. And that's a big deal, as it's been linked to serious health issues, ranging from heart disease all the way to liver toxicity.
But here's the really tricky part. That familiar BPA-free sticker you see on plastic bottles, it doesn't actually mean it's risk-free. When manufacturers remove BPA, they often just swap it out for chemical cousins, like BPF or BPS. And scientific studies are now suggesting these replacements carry very similar hormone-mimicking risks. So we're essentially just trading one problem for another.
Fortunately, though, science is catching up. Researchers are testing some brilliant bio-inspired alternatives right now, like bisguaiacyl F, or BGF. Recent assays published in the ACS journal show that specific BGF formulations give us the exact same thermal properties as BPA, but with zero detectable estrogenic activity. That's a massive leap forward for creating truly non-toxic materials.
All right, part 3, choosing the perfect lid, aligning architecture with your lifestyle. Now that we know why safe materials are so vital, let's dive into the operational heart of your bottle. When it comes down to lids, we're basically looking at a classic engineering trade-off. Straw lids, they offer incredible zero-tilt, 5-star convenience, but they are notoriously hard to keep clean. On the flip side, you've got twist caps. They provide the ultimate thermal seal and 5-star leak protection, but they're definitely less convenient since they usually require 2 hands to open.
So ultimately, you really need to match your lid to your lifestyle. Go with straws if you're multitasking at your desk or driving. Choose spouts if you're an athlete who needs that rapid one-handed hydration. And rely on twist caps for extreme travel, tossing it in a backpack or keeping your coffee piping hot all morning.
Which perfectly segues into part 4, keeping your bottle clean and eradicating bacterial buildup. Because once you have the perfect vessel and lid, we absolutely have to talk about hygiene. We've all been there, right? Cautiously sniffing our bottle and asking, why does my reusable water bottle smell? It's slightly embarrassing, but the unfortunate answer is that it's harboring a buildup of bacteria. Even if it looks perfectly crystal clean to the naked eye, any retained moisture creates a microscopic luxury resort for microbes to just thrive in. To combat this, you've got to have a daily routine. You rinse it, wash it with hot soapy water, scrub the inside, but pay extremely close attention to step 4. You must let the bottle air dry completely upside down before you put that lid back on. Trapped moisture is the absolute enemy here. Sealing up a wet bottle guarantees it's going to become a breeding ground for germs. Now, if you've neglected your bottle for a bit and really need to eradicate some stubborn odors or mold, this deep cleaning protocol is your ultimate reset button.
Just mix equal parts white vinegar and baking soda, let it soak, and use a little pipe cleaner for those tiny lid components. That'll strip all the grime away and bring your bottle right back to a safe, fresh baseline.
Let's move to our final section, Part 5, the future of office water, retiring the 5-gallon jug. We're going to examine how we're rethinking hydration at the ultimate source for a lot of us, the workplace.
For decades, offices have just defaulted to that archaic 5-gallon jug system. But honestly, it's incredibly inefficient. It brings high recurring costs, the literal physical hazard of lifting 42-pound bottles, and a massive environmental footprint, from the fuel-burning delivery trucks right down to the heavy plastic itself.
And having easy access to great water matters immensely for a business's bottom line. Get this. Research shows that a mere 1% drop in hydration can decrease worker productivity by roughly 12%. If the water cooler is empty just because nobody wants to lift that heavy jug, your team's focus, mood, and overall output are directly suffering.
That's exactly why smart companies are now switching to direct-line bottleless systems. These refill stations connect straight into the building's existing plumbing and use an advanced 7-stage purification process to eliminate 99.9% of contaminants right on demand. You get infinitely better water, zero plastic waste, and absolutely no heavy lifting, all for a predictable flat rate.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want you to take a look at your current hydration setup and ask yourself a question. Knowing the financial drain, the hidden chemicals we talked about, and the bacteria risks we just mapped out, what exactly is sitting inside the water bottle on your desk right now? Is it time to make a smarter, safer, and cheaper choice for your next sip? I'll let you think about that. Keep learning, keep hydrating properly, and we'll catch you in the next explainer.